What's going on, guys? Enigma here. Today, we are doing a CDL tier list right before Major 2, and then we're going to predict the bracket. Got a lot coming. This major starting on Thursday, today's Tuesday. Video will be up by Wednesday. We're chilling. We've got a tier list. We've got it going from S to D. S being champs material, which is pretty much who can win a championship, who is going to be a Sunday regular. A can make a run, like a pretty solid team that's not quite there, but they can make a run at the major. It wouldn't surprise me if they make a run at the major. And B, solid, just not at that level of top four or even can make a run, but a decent team. C, missing something. If it's missing like one player to drop, that'll be the tier pretty much. They drop one player, they get significantly better. That's pretty much what it is. And D, blow it up. Just blow up the team except for maybe one person. Two at most. And we're gonna go with phase. Come on. They lost to LAG, but like they were testing maps. I still have nothing bad to say about phase. Yeah, they should have won even while testing maps. But it's Atlanta phase. These guys always bring it, especially on land. They got second at the last major. Had a pretty good split in this major too. Like, I just can't see them not being an S. It makes zero sense to put them below. They're just a really good team. They're just a really just all around just Atlanta phase, man. These guys are insane. I fully expect them to be there on Sunday. Boston Breach. I don't really know what this team is. It's so confusing because on paper this team should be like pretty good. They're just not making it work that well. They're just not making it work the way it should. Maybe it's just the team composition isn't that great. Maybe it's just communication. I don't really know. But this team is solid. They've gotten significantly better since ASIM came aboard, and I think ASIM is kind of doing like a lot of the dirty work. Like he's just trying to pick up what Snoopy isn't doing. And Snoopy's a young kid, and like he's still new to the league. He's a rookie. Like he'll get better in time, but you still need that time to happen. Breach is solid. I don't think they go far in the major, but I don't expect them to get out in the first round. The Miami Heretics. So this team is so weird to me because they were really good major one split. Then they got bodied in at the LAN at the major. They got bodied by FaZe in Vegas. No, Optic in Vegas. Sorry, they got bodied by Optic in Vegas at major one. Then they just been struggling since. They just couldn't recover. They've started to, but I just don't think Eric Boom is the player they need right now. They are missing something to get into this next tier, which I think they will be in the next tier by major 3. And I do think they drop Eric Boom. I think they're gonna lock in and get Real. Real is their substitute. Real is going to be on the team. I can't see a world where he isn't. Carolina had him, couldn't get the visa sorted for some reason, but they're kind of known for that. But I just think that Real is going to join the team. I do think he's going to be the player that they need. I do think they're going to be in a B tier after Real shows up. But since he's not here yet, I'm putting them in C. They're missing something. They've been pretty bad. LAG, blow it up. Like, yeah, you beat FaZe, but you're 1-6. I don't care what teams you play. Make it competitive. They just haven't. They have yet to make any series competitive besides the FaZe series. I know teams struggle, but like that was bad. That was absurdly bad. LAG just needs to blow it up. You got to keep Estriel Diamond Con. That's what I'm thinking. Or Estriel Fame. You got to keep two. I think Diamond Con has been slacking this stage, which it would lead to him getting dropped. It could lead to him getting dropped if they're doing a two-man change, but Assault has to go like guaranteed. He hasn't learned to shoot back except for like 1 or 2 series. He just hasn't shot back, and that's such a big issue. He's not really putting the damage down. He isn't shooting back. His search isn't that great. His search is improving. It's definitely improving, but they need something more. They need a guy that can shoot back, and Assault just isn't doing that. Diamond Con is still a good piece. I would keep him personally. Estro's been pretty consistent this stage. I don't think Estro's the problem. Fame has also been pretty solid this stage. I don't think he is the outright problem. I just think the communication ain't there. The team composition just doesn't feel right. I don't know. It's just you got to get rid of two. Pick your poison. I don't think it matters that much. But LAG got to blow it up. Vegas, the Vegas Legion is an A team. I I think this team's gonna make a run. This major. I think they're gonna make a pretty deep losers run because I don't see them beating. I believe it's Toronto, but I do think they're gonna make a run. This major specifically, Geo has been outstanding for them. I think that was a great pickup. I was concerned when not when Standy got dropped. It just didn't make sense to me when they dropped Standy and kept Purge. But Purge has picked it up significantly. It's a complete turnaround for him. He is playing at a really good level right now. And Dylan Attach is just he's one of the best players in the game, guaranteed. He's an easy top 10. Honestly, maybe even top 5 player. And Nero is just solid all around. He has takeover series, but they don't need him to take over. They just need him to be consistent and solid, and that's exactly what he's been. The Vegas team is in a really good spot right now. Winners went 5-2. They're gonna make a run. This is a good team all around. Their map pool is pretty solid. I think I think Vegas is making a run. They're gonna win the major? Probably not. I can see them making it deep in the tournament. Subliners. I'm so conflicted with this team because they had such a bad major one. They got bodied by Rocker and then got bodied by the Ravens, and it just made no sense to me. And then they come out to have this really good split for Major 2, and they're 6-1. I don't know what to expect from this team on land. They're they got former world champs. They last year was incredible for them. Sib is the only new member on the team. I don't really know what they're gonna do in the major, but it wouldn't shock me if they get eliminated quick. They might be onliners. I don't think they're onliners. I just think that teams kind of turn up on land. The Ravens. I love the Ravens. Clay is the last man standing pretty much from when I watched like back in the day. Scump's gone, Zuma's gone, Krim is gone, Methods is gone, Bo's like all these guys are gone. So Clay's the last man standing, so I just have such a soft spot for him. But like it pains me. I want to put them in A or S. I want to. My heart says yes, but my brain says hell no. Because they've been very bad this split. Clay specifically has been bad, and it shatters my heart because I love this man. I will ride with Clay to hell. Like this man is amazing. I love Clay, but he has not been very good this split. I think TJ has been okay. Gwen is a rookie of the year candidate. Bell's been struggling hard. They got to get it together. This major is going to tell one thing, and it's who is going to get dropped. And they're just missing one thing to really get good, honestly. They need a slayer. Someone has to slay out for this team, and they need to get Gwen some help. The Minnesota Rocker. I was so high on them at the end of Major 1. This team felt like a surprisingly really good team. for some reason they were just good. And then this split comes around and they started off good. Like they were losing series, but it wasn't anything crazy. Like it was round 11s. I mean, it was game fives, you know, someone round 11, but like they were bringing teams to game fives. Like they brought Optic to game five. They brought Toronto to their first game five. I don't know what's wrong with this team, but they gotta get it together. I'm putting them in C because they are missing something. Awakening is not cutting it. I think MW2 he was like really good, but he's not slaying in this game. Besides control, his control was pretty damn good, but every other mode he struggles. Search, he's not really contributing that much. His hard point's pretty bad. His control is excellent, but he needs to get it together. They gotta get accuracy and Lin some help. I think Vivid's just been solid all around. I think accuracy is having just such a good year, and Lin's is rookie of the year right now. So they just got to get all these guys some help. Get Awakening out, bring in someone like Temp. Temp can be that Slayer, and I think that if they get Temp or just anyone to replace Awakening, they go B or A easy. Seattle Surge, blow it up. You got rid of your best player. I know it was for not gameplay reasons. They still haven't made a statement about it. They will not make a statement about it. You gotta blow it up. They just have to blow it up. This team is bad. And it's really weird when Hook is your most consistent player, and he's not really that consistent. Hook's been pretty good this stage. I don't really think he's the outright outlying issue with this team. Arcides just doesn't feel like he impacts the map. Maybe it's just like whenever I'm watching, I'm always saying, why is he there? That's just me. Abuza has fallen off pretty bad this stage. Brezi's been okay for them. I don't really think he's the problem, but he's not really helping them in. They're not. He's not helping. I think this team depended so much on Illy that they don't know what to do without him. Illy bailed them out match after match after match after match. Illy is the sole reason that they place top six. Because if Illy didn't go crazy, the Carolina Royal Ravens would have placed top six. And I still think they should have. I think they fumbled. And Illy was the big contributor. Illy went crazy. Without Illy, this team is horrific. You gotta just drop you gotta drop Brezzy. I hate to say it, like he hasn't been bad. You gotta drop Brezzy and Arcides. Arcides just hasn't been cutting it. Which is sad because like he's capable of so much. We all know how capable he is. It's just not showing in this game. I think last year just messed with him too much, which is fair. But they gotta blow it up. Optic Texas 7-0 this split, top three at the major. I think this team is very capable of winning a championship. Whether it's champs, whether it's a major victory, they're gonna win a championship this year. I'm like, if they don't, I'll be surprised because this team just feels right. And he's a great fit. Pred is Pred. Shotzi is playing like an absolute superstar right now, and Dashy has the straightest shot in the game. Like this team is good. They just reverse swept the New York Subliners. They're they're at the level that they can take out these teams. The top four teams, like they can take them out. It's just a matter of can they do it on land is also the thing. Because teams aren't testing maps on land. They will fight you, and probably not on your best maps. They're gonna probably try to do it on your worst maps or decent maps. Optic Texas, very capable. I don't really see any other world that they're not S, especially with the way they're playing. They have serious ice, so when they go into game fives, I do have confidence in them. So I think they're up there. I think they might take the major. And the LA Thieves I gotta put in B. They've had such a turnaround from going from blow it up to B. They they've had a really good turnaround. Dan Ghosty is just unreal. Even when his team is doing absolutely nothing, he's still fighting. He's still shooting back. He's still trying to find them a way to win. And I just commend him so hard. I think Ghosty is one of the best players in the game right now. I think he's easy top 10. I don't even think that's up for discussion. I genuinely think this guy is just insanely good at this game. He's also good at last game. I just think he needs help. When they're against the top four, I'll just throw them in there just for the visual, and they're going to be there anyway. When the LA Thieves are against the top four, they can't shoot back besides Ghosty. Ghosty got help, but it was more to take on these teams, pretty much A through D. That's what it solved, but it didn't solve the 1 to 4 going against the 1 to 4. It solved everything else, just not the 1 to 4. Even with Ghosty having such a good series against Toronto or like even Optic, they can't fight. Even against FaZe, like they can't fight. Ghosty's the only one that shoots back. Afro gets caught running 90% of the time. Nasty's been pretty okay. He starts off series pretty slow, but he does pick up. And Kremp has been better recently. So this team is solid. I think they are above Breach. They're below Vegas, even though they did beat Vegas. I think Vegas is just the better team overall. But the Thieves have had such a turnaround. Do think they make the land competitive. I do think they make the major competitive. I hope they go far. I don't think they will go insanely far, but I do think they will go far. And then Toronto Ultra, we already put an S. It's the major one champs. I have to. The major one champs. They looked pretty good online. They don't like online. Gonna turn up on land. They're gonna make it competitive. They are going to make it deep. This is the tier list. I feel like it's pretty good. Okay, all right. Winners round one. We've got Optic Texas versus the Miami Heretics. This is the easiest 3-0 of my life. I can't see it going any other way. Toronto Ultra and Vegas, same record, same map count online, which is pretty fun. But I think this goes a 3-1. I don't think this goes that deep. But I do think Vegas make it pretty competitive. The New York Subliners and the Boston Breach. I don't think this is going to be close at all. And I also don't think this is going to be close at all. I think we're getting top four. Top four in winners round 1 and 2. And I think that is going to be fun on Saturday. That is going to be a blast. Now we're going to drop down to the elimination to losers. My heart says Ravens, but I think it goes round 11. And I don't think the Ravens pull through. I want them to so bad, but I don't see it happening. You know what? I'm going with my heart. My heart says follow Clayster. I am following Clayster. I think that's going to be a very quick one. Boston Breach and Rocker. That'll be a fun. That'll be real fun. That is going to be a blast. I honestly no. We're going to skip this one for now. I think that's going to be a 3-1. Breach and Rocker. I don't really know. These two teams are kind of even. I I don't know, honestly. I don't think the Boston Breach and Rocker. You know, Flasher was excellent on land. Q-Dog was pretty good. Snoopy's got to turn up. But my thing is Linz going to be Linz? if Linz is gonna be Linz, I think Linz is better than every single player on Boston Breach. So I think I'm gonna go 3-1 Minnesota Rocker. I think the Boston Breach get eliminated very quickly. I do think it's gonna be competitive though. I do think it's gonna be a competitive one. All right, and we're gonna go back up for winners, just to do winners now. Optic Texas versus Toronto Ultra. I think this goes the exact same way. I think it's gonna be a 3-2. The New York Subliners and Atlanta FaZe. I think this is a 3-1. I think FaZe is just different on LAN. I also think Optic is gonna really turn up on LAN. And then Ravens and Legion. I do think Legion take it. I think it's a 3-1. Do think Ravens put up a bit of a fight, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And I do think we're going to go LA Thieves with a 3-1. And then Toronto Ultra is going to body the Thieves. And then the subline. Actually, I'm feeling an upset. I'm feeling the Vegas Legion going to beat the New York Subliners 3-2. I think Vegas is just really good. And Dylan Attach is one of the best players in the game right now. So I do think he's going to turn up. I think Vegas are going to upset Subliners. All right, we move forward. Winners finals, Optic Texas, Atlanta FaZe. This goes one way. FaZe is going to defeat Optic Texas. I do think Optic Texas are going to fight. I think Vegas get eliminated by the Ultra again. And I do think that Optic Texas are going to beat Toronto Ultra, this time 3-1 rather than the 3-2. I do think it's going to be a 3-1. And then we get Optic Texas and Atlanta FaZe. And this could go both ways. But I do think Optic Texas is going to defeat Atlanta FaZe. I think it's going to be a 4-2. I do think they're going to end it very as quickly as they can, but FaZe is going to put up a damn good fight. I think this is a nice bracket. We'll just go over it again. I got Optic 3-0, Ultra 3-1. Optic defeats Ultra. Subliners body Breach. FaZe body Thieves. FaZe body Subliners. Ravens beat Heretics. Ravens lose to Legion. Legion upsets New York. Rocker beats Breach. Thieves beat LAG. Thieves beat Rocker. They fall to the Toronto Ultra. Ultra defeats Vegas again. Optic Texas loses to FaZe in the winners finals. Optic beats Ultra, and then Optic wins the major. I do feel pretty good about it. I like it. I do think Optic is going all the way. They feel really good right now. We're gonna submit these. They're locked in. That's it.